Blake Snell would have been a great pickup for the New York Yankees. The Yankees are unsure what's going on with Gerrit Cole. Gerrit Cole could be out for 2 months, maybe 3 months. They're saying 3 to 4 weeks before he actually throws a ball again. That means he's got to go through spring training again. That means he's going to have to get back his pitch count and all that other stuff that you need to do and then move up the rankings. You're going to have to go to AAA and then you're going to go back to the major leagues. We might not see Gerrit Cole until the second half of the season. And we've seen this. Carlos Rodon last year. He started the season. He started spring training. He looked good, blah, 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 blah. Then he had shoulder problems. Then he was out for the whole first half of the season. And then he came back and he wasn't the same pitcher he was the year before. And the Yankees spent $27 million a year and signed a 6-year deal, $160 million with him. And now you're looking at the contract. I think this was a great contract by the Giants, by the way. This is fantastic. 2 years, $62 million. He can opt out of the contract, as there are a lot of players that don't want to play over there for some reason. It's a beautiful city and a lot of drugs and whatever, but it's a beautiful city, great stadium. And it's been a great baseball team in the early 2000s and the mid 2000s. It's fallen apart. Bruce Bochy decided to walk away. And now he's coaching the Texas Rangers and managing the Texas Rangers. He just won a World Series and that's great, but they're trying to rebuild. And the Yankees, they have a chance to go all the way this year. So do the Astros. The Angels do not. And I think the reason why he didn't go to the Angels was not because of money. He just knows they suck, and he doesn't want to go there.
Yeah, they would pay like $40 a year.
It was the Astros and the Yankees. And if I was Blake Snell, I would have went to the Astros or the Yankees. I know the Yankees offered him a 5-year contract worth about Carlos Rodon money. I think the Yankees were willing to give him a little bit more than Carlos Rodon, 30 to 32 million. I was hearing that the Yankees were willing to give him, but he decided to take a $62 million contract for 2 years with the Giants. I don't know how this makes sense. Even if he has another Cy Young year with the Giants, nobody's going to pay. How old is he? 31 years old?
31.
Nobody's going to pay a 32-year-old pitcher who can't stay healthy $190 or $200 million for a 5 to 6 year deal. Nobody's going to do that. The Yankees weren't willing to do that. The Astros weren't willing to do that. Even the damn Dodgers weren't willing to do that with him. And it doesn't help the Giants because the Giants are rebuilding. They're not going to be any good this year. They were not any good last year. But I will say this, Scott Boras is the mastermind of finding ways to bring money to his guys, and these contracts all fall in his favor. Always, every single time it falls in Scott Boras' favor. Here's the problem right now. If I was Blake Snell and I was going to take a 2-year contract with the Giants, I would have thought very, very carefully. Now, he can opt out of the contract, but I would have thought very, very carefully, because if he gets hurt this year, if he hurts himself significantly, tears something in his shoulder, tears something in his knee, and he didn't take that 6-year deal with the Yankees, or he didn't take that 5-year deal with the Angels, that could put him in harm's way. He might never get that big contract. He might never make the money that he thought he deserved after winning 2 Cy Youngs. And I'm going to tell you this. He is one of the most overrated Cy Young winners we have ever seen in Major League history. For him to sit here and say, well, I won 2 Cy Youngs. What have you won?
Yeah.
What has Blake Snell won? He didn't win anything with the Tampa Bay Rays. He didn't win anything with the Padres. What has he won? He's won nothing. If this doesn't bother you as a Yankee fan, I don't know what does.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you know that Blake Snell was a perfect fit for the New York Yankees. If you could have gotten him for 1 year, you had a chance to go to a World Series this year. And now a lot of people still believe the Yankees still have a chance to go to the World Series because they still have Juan Soto. They have a great lineup. And this team could actually hit. And I've been predicting that the Yankees could be the best offensive team in baseball if everything falls together, if Aaron Judge stays healthy. You know, I was listening to a bunch of radio shows today, and they were saying that if Aaron Judge only plays 120 games or less, the Yankees are not going to be one of the top 10 offensive teams in the league. I disagree. In the middle of this lineup, if you have Juan Soto at batting 3, and even if Aaron Judge is not in the lineup, you still have a healthy Giancarlo Stanton or semi-Giancarlo Stanton and a Torres and a Verdugo, and from up and down, all these guys that you have in your lineup, you're going to be able to put up at least 5 to 5.5 runs a game. If you put 5 to 5.5 runs a game, you're going to win a significant amount of games.